Do you feel stuck ever? It's a gross feeling, right? Where it's like, okay, here's where I am. And today, tomorrow, next week, maybe the next month, it's kind of just where I'm going to continue to be. And man, if there's anything you don't like about where you're at, that can be a really hard feeling to feel. And the enemy would love to have you not content, but believing that that's all that you have for you. And this stuck feeling of what's true in our life can end us. It can shorten our sight on what it is that God has for us.
But the good news is there are choices that we can make to influence that. Now, there are some things that we can't fix on our own. Ultimately, because of our humanness, we are doomed to die. And if we don't accept Jesus and the gift of salvation that he gives, we die forever separated from Jesus. But that is the first choice that you can make. In Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 19, it says, "Today I've given you the choice between life and death, between blessings and curses. Now I call on heaven and earth to witness the choice you make. Oh, that you would choose life so that you and your descendants might live."
Right, and that is the offer of salvation that this is coming in Deuteronomy way before Jesus comes, but this is the offer we have to choose between life and death for our eternity. But even today, right, the decisions that you have today, this isn't even just whether or not you make the right choices or obey God, right? It's even in the areas where you're like, I feel anxiety coming up in a huge way. I feel so low, or I feel so worried, or I'm really struggling to forgive. All of these things, and I realize they're not just immediate snap choices, but we have the choice. We have the capacity to turn our eyes and do what verse 20 says. It says, you can make this choice by loving the Lord your God, obeying him, and committing yourself firmly to him. This is the key to your life.
Now, the enemy is going to try to convince you that the things you like least about yourself are just part of you. They're true and they're going to be forever. And there's nothing you can do to change that. But that is a lie. You can choose to accept God's gift, Christ's gift of salvation. You can choose to look to God for your peace when you're seeing the things happening in this world and this country that aren't giving you peace. You can choose God for your peace, and you can choose to forgive again and again and again, because Jesus forgave you first. You have a choice.